I was general manager of the Minnesota North Stars. I also served on the committee to pick the coach for the U.S. Olympic team in 1980. Actually, at the time, I was trying to hire Herbie to coach the Minnesota North Stars. Herbie and I had played on the '68 team together. And when I came home from the '68 Olympics, I was coaching university freshmen. And I said to him, I'm going to turn pro. You should take my job at the university. And so he never thought about it. We discussed it. And he said, yeah, it might be something I'd like to do. So he started coaching the freshman team and moved up to the varsity, and he won a couple national titles. And after playing, I took over the North Stars as a general manager, and I really liked the way Herbie was coaching. So we spent a couple of weeks negotiating, and at the end of it, he said to me, Louis, I really want to coach the Olympic team rather than the NHL right now. Can you help me get the job? And so I said, well, I'll call Walter Bush, who's the chairman, and we've got a committee, and see if we can get that done. And Walter led the charge, and we got it done. Well, if you're coaching college, which was the top of the amateur sphere in the U.S., you also want to coach the best, and that's the Olympics. First of all, it's a great honor to play on the Olympic team, and he had that opportunity, and he played, he loved it. He was the last cut on the '60 team, and we had some play with international teams along the way. So he really was, not only captivated by it, I think, but he was intrigued by coaching an Olympic team. His personality changed as a coach. He became more intense. He became more driven. He became almost a different guy than he was as a player. As a player, I tell the players that Herbie coached about how he was as a player, they don't believe the stories. But Herbie was a guy that enjoyed life as a player, and he just enjoyed a good time. He was always pulling practical jokes, and his personality completely changed when he became a coach. He was a no-nonsense type of guy. Herb was very, very organized, very structured. He thought things through extremely well. He was always prepared. He knew what he wanted to accomplish at the practices. He's a perfectionist, and I don't think he was ever happy. I used to get a number of calls from him along the way, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning, saying he's got to change this, he's got to do this. I don't like the way this is going, I'm going to quit. Herbie was a driven guy, and I think he really knew what he wanted, and he wasn't going to get satisfied until he got it the way he wanted. Well, that was his way of coaching all the way along, even in college. He didn't want to get close to the players. He wanted to almost intimidate them and make them afraid of him. He was expecting, if everything breaks right, we can get a bronze medal. He never expected to do any more than that. Nobody expected. I mean, the week before the Olympics started, he got trounced in New York, and trust me, that wasn't planned. That was just a game that showed how good the Russians were. Might have been a big help because it got them overconfident, but that's the kind of talent they had on that team. He was able to do a couple of things. One, he was able to get the best out of his players at the right time. Secondly, he was able to see that he had a vision of how they had to play and what kind of condition they had to be in to win. And third, he saw that he had to have a better schedule. He had to play better than just the college teams. He said, Louis, the one thing you don't have in the movie is the fact that we played a schedule in the Central League, which I think is the most important part of getting those guys ready for the Olympic Games. It really gave his players an opportunity to develop quicker against better competition.